think one of the major health issues that I've been through was actually happened starting on 2015
Mm-hmm.
when I was diagnosed with Barrett's esophagus. So I actually battled that condition. Even until now, I'm still having it because Barrett's esophagus is something that irreversible. It cannot be treated. And I thought I already had everything
Mm-hmm.
when last year I was my bulging disc progressed into a nerve impingement, which caused me now um, not to be able to walk properly.
Every year, thousands of people migrate to other countries in search for a better life.
Each one with a story to tell of courage and determination.
Adjusting to a new country is not that easy.
Here at Migrant Tribe, we honor you.
So join us as we share our stories from our journey down under.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Migrant Tribe, stories from our journey down under, episode 29. Yes, this is Joseph, and together with me are the other members of the tribe. There's a John. Hi, John.
Hello, good evening.
There's Joey.
Hello, everyone.
There's Erwin.
Hello.
Okay, so today is a very special episode for us. We've invited someone who will be talking about overcoming adversity since migrating here to Australia. Okay. Well, I wouldn't really consider him as a guest, as he's always been part of this group of ours, even before we started Migrant Tribe. Yes, stories from our journey down under. Yes, when we were still doing our mastermind group, we kind of mentioned that in some of our episodes in the past that we were originally a mastermind group where we would be helping each other out, and he was part of that group. So now I'd like to welcome Eric. Hi, Eric. How you doing?
Hi guys, how are you? It's been a while.
Hello. Thank you, Eric, for taking time off to join us and to share your story. And I'm sure someone out there might be going through the similar situation you're going through, and hopefully they can learn something. Okay, so a few basic questions, Eric. How long you been in Australia?
I've been in Australia for 16 years. So
16
we
years,
came
oh.
here 2005.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Oh, and together with your wife and your son.
Together
Is that
with
correct?
my son, yep. Together with my wife and my son.
Okay.
So just the three of us.
Yep. Okay. So our topic is overcoming adversity, but I'd always like to start off on a very positive note. So for my first question, what are you most grateful for? Could you name at least three?
Three things that I'm grateful for. I would say that the top one would be my life. Next would be my family, and the last but not the least, that would be definitely my faith in God.
Mm-hmm.
Like why? Life. I'm always thankful. I'm always grateful that I exist. Like just imagine that reproduction process. When my father's sperm cell persevered so much just to meet its other's half from the thousands of my mother's egg cell,
Mm-hmm.
and that actually created me, and which during the process could have died, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that simple instance is actually a big miracle, one of the greatest miracles that God has ever done. So I would always be thankful for my life. Second, my family, because like the chosen family that me, it's not perfect. it has flaws, but this is going to be my life for life. Like this is my family for life.
Yep.
Faith in God, I would say, because the way my parents brought me up has led me to the direction where God intended me to go since the day He created me.
Okay. Well said, Eric. So let's go now to, so take us back. How and when did your health issues begin?
Oh, okay. When we speak of health issue, I think probably half of my life I've actually been battling with health issues. When I was 20, I was diagnosed with mitral valve prolapse, so short of MVP, not in a basketball manner. Mitral valve prolapse, that's actually a condition in the heart. A year after, I was diagnosed with an arachnoidal cyst. It is a cyst in the brain. When I was suffering for 3 years. That's actually after I left the seminary. So from 20 years old to 23 years old, I was in and out of the hospital, but I was able to survive it. We moved here 2005. 2007, I was diagnosed with fatty liver, hypertension, diabetes, high cholesterol, and then the list just goes on and on and on. 2014 probably, I had a bulging disc. One of the lumbar 5, lumbar 4, and then on the other section as well, which is the sacrum. But I think one of the major health issues that I've been through was actually happened starting on 2015 when I was diagnosed with Barrett's esophagus. So I actually battled that condition. Even until now, I'm still having it, because Barrett's esophagus is something that irreversible. It cannot be treated. And I thought I already had everything. When last year I was my bulging disc progressed into a nerve impingement, which caused me now not to be able to walk properly. So when I was in 20 years old, for 3 years, I was in and out of the hospital because of heart and brain condition. And then because of my diabetes and Barrett's, it has continuously dragging my health.
Okay. Were they all kind of related, or were they just kind of like, did one cause the other?
With my heart condition, I think I'm not sure if it was genetic. I was a very active young man when I was in the seminary. Like imagine you're old boys in the compound and very active in sports, and I was starting to feel like some shortness of breath. I would faint once in a while. I would have some palpitation. Like I would have irregular heartbeat. And then the reason why I was diagnosed with a brain cyst is because I would faint, I would have seizure when I'm having like shortness of breath. So my cardiologist referred me to a neurologist, which eventually diagnosed me that I have a cyst on the brain. The Barrett's esophagus is actually something that my gastroenterologist has explained to me, that because when I was diagnosed, when I was around, I think I was around 41, he told me that for me to be able to have a Barrett's esophagus, I must have it already since birth. Because apparently Barrett's esophagus is common to those who are Caucasians, male Caucasians, who are 60 and 65 years old, which neither of which I am.
Yes,
so for me
you're
to
neither
be able
Caucasian or 65 years old. Yes,
65. The only thing that was common was I'm a male. But other than that, there's nothing really significant on that aspect. So when I was diagnosed with Barrett's, I was actually offered to undergo a stretta procedure. I was the first Australian to be offered that kind of procedure, although it ended up 2 months after a hospital actually agreed to do that procedure, because it wasn't known here. Actually, for that Barrett's esophagus, it was caused by acid reflux. Which the funny thing was, when I was younger,
Mhm.
like I thought it was my talent that I can burp,
Okay.
like any time of the day, 100 times consecutively. I thought it was my talent.
So you would
I
actually
feel
brag to other people, oh, I can burp
I
100
always do
times.
that. Can you do
Yes.
this? Can you do this?
Yes.
Until my specialist explained to me that the reason why you can burp as much as you want to, it's because your acid just keeps on coming back to your esophagus, just coming back up. So it actually damaged the lining of my esophagus to the point that
Mhm.
every time I would eat orally, it
Mhm.
caused me so much chest pain. I would throw up, and I couldn't sleep because of the pain, and it lasted for 2 years before I was able to manage it. Like now, I'm actually on tube feeding
Mhm.
24/7, and I would eat once in a while, probably on a Wednesday lunch, and then Saturday lunch, and then Sunday dinner, and then the rest of the days and nights I'm on this tube feeding.
Okay. Um. So, okay. So yeah. So you really mentioned so many things that are uh, health wise has been affecting you. So in your current stage, could you kind of give us what's like your typical day now, just to keep fit, just to keep healthy, just like you did mention that yeah, your feeding is different. Yes.
I would usually start my day. I would always wake up 4:30 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's pre-COVID and even until now. Like I would start my day at 4:30 just to remove the tube feeding.
Also, the
Once I
tube
disconnected,
was overnight.
it's overnight. Yeah, it
Ah, okay.
runs like I would connect it around 7 o'clock in the evening.
Mm-hmm.
It will run until 4:30
Yep.
in the morning. Then I will remove it, and then I will take all my medications. I'm taking 9 tablets a day plus insulin.
Mm-hmm.
I will take my medication. I will prepare for work. I will drive to the office.
Mm-hmm.
When I get to the office around 8 o'clock, I would put back my tube again
Mm-hmm.
for me to feed for the entire day.
Mm-hmm.
Before I finish work at 4 o'clock, I would remove it, and then I will drive, get back home, do the same thing again, connect it around 7 o'clock in the evening, and that's primarily my whole day routine. Like I actually had my new normal ever since the COVID began, because I had this tube feeding on 2018.
Mm-hmm.
So since then I was having this routine day in and day out. It's a good thing that I was able to learn how to manage it on a regular basis. I can like I would have my backpack, put it on my backpack whenever I take the backpack with me.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever I would go somewhere, I have my backpack with me all the time.
Okay. So, um,
Yep.
so
Can I
yes,
ask
yes,
a question as well?
yes, John.
Good evening once again, bro.
Yep.
Just would like to ask, what keeps you going despite of the challenges that has been happening to you, which you know that I know as well a lot about you, but I just want to share your thoughts about how you get tougher with its trials, or its trial, or with the everyday life that is happening to you.
I guess that would be explained by the three things that I'm always grateful for.
Yep.
Despite everything that I've been going through, because I know how special my life is, knowing what my purpose is, I would always take my life on top of being like I already exist. I know I have a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
I can't just waste it because I'm ill or I'm having a hard time. Like I never even ask God why me, because He might answer me back, why not you? Like, what made you so special? Just like for me, I would just be thankful for what I have. I would always ask myself, what can I get from this?
Mm-hmm.
And then there's my family who would always push me up whenever I'm down, whenever I'm on like rock bottom. They would always inspire me.
Yep.
There are times when they are even like more, they would even believe in me more than I believe in myself. And I think it's more like more than anything else, it's the faith that I have actually like learned and acquired throughout the years, since my childhood up to now. It's always been the faith that keeps me holding on despite any tribulations. Like I would never ask God, why me? I would never complain, why did it happen to me? I served you for so many years.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you give this? I never do that. Like the only thing that I would always ask is, what do you want me to do despite these conditions? Because I know He has a purpose for me, and for me, my life's journey is going through that purpose. I just have to keep on reminding myself that I have a purpose. No matter what, I just have to keep going.
Okay.
Last question, just follow-up question.
Yep.
So what makes you happy, and how to keep it?
I think it's all about the mindset. It's all about the matter of choice. For me, one very important thing that I value in life is my power of choice.
Yep.
Like we all have a power of choice. Like it all depends on how we react on things. Like we can choose to cry, we can choose to laugh,
Mm-hmm.
we can choose to like live, we can choose to die. So everything is a matter of choice for me.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you, bro. Very
Well said.
meaningful.
Well said. Okay, so no, so now you've been living in Australia for the longest time, and how's keeping healthy here in Australia? How's the Australian healthcare system helping you out?
Oh, that's a good question. Australia's healthcare has really helped me a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine if I'm still in the Philippines now, I
Mm-hmm.
don't think we're having this conversation. I don't think
Seriously.
I would be able to afford the medical expenses. Like I was lucky enough when I was ill during my younger years in the Philippines.
Mm-hmm.
My dad is working abroad, but I can tell you probably 50 to 70% of his salary is
Yep.
just being set aside for my medications. Like I would stay in the hospital. When I say hospital, that's actually either Polymedic or St. Luke's, and I would stay there for months. I would stay in ICU for weeks,
Mm-hmm.
and I would regularly be in the hospital via ambulance week after week. And that went through for a period of probably 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So like Australia's healthcare, like just imagine the GP and some of my specialist appointments, they're all
Yes.
bulk billed. Like the medical test,
Mhm.
diagnostic test, all those
Mhm.
laboratory tests, most of them are bulk billed. Like I had my cholecystectomy, which is the removal of the gallbladder.
Mhm.
I had that for free. I had gastroscopy, colonoscopy,
Mhm.
CT scan, some of my MRIs, like they're all bulk billed.
Yep.
This feed alone,
Mhm.
this feed,
Mhm.
this bottle, which is like what 500 ml,
Mhm.
this cost $15 if I have to buy it, but I'm getting it for free. The hospital,
Wow.
Royal Melbourne actually sends it to me every 3 months,
Mhm.
including the machine, including the feeding pump, including the feeding tube.
Mhm.
In the Philippines, if you're going to buy this, just one bottle alone will
Mhm.
cost you 1,500. And imagine I'm taking this 10 times per week.
So that's easily 10,000 pesos just for the
Wait,
feeding.
just for the feed.
Just for the
Yeah, just
feeding.
for the feed.
Wow.
And that's not including the machine. You know how it is like in the Philippines. You pay for everything.
Of course, everything comes out of your pocket.
True.
So yeah, so you're blessed. You're blessed that you're in Australia.
Very blessed. And and I always consider why God has sent me here is because He knows that I'll be needing this financial support from medical.
Okay. Okay. So to kind of wind down a bit, thank you again for sharing all of your experiences. Is there a particular passage or a quote or a prayer that you kind of call on whenever things get too much? If you could share that with us.
Ever since, my favorite Bible quote is from the second book of Timothy, verse chapter 1, verse 7. It says, "For God has not given us the spirit of timidity, but of power, love, and discipline." That is very powerful to me because what does timidity mean? It means like lack of self assurance, lack of courage, lack of bravery. He did not give those things to us. Rather, the spirit that He gave us is the power of choice that not even the angels possess. So we have all this love, the power, the grace from God that we can always use any time of the day.
Yep.
So it's just all up to us when to use it and how to use it, or even sometimes we fail to use it, but there are always means that we can get back and like pull it out from our pocket just to go on with our life. Probably, yeah, that's one thing that's actually like whenever I'm on my lowest point in my life, I would always hold on to this prayer, to this particular passage in the Bible.
Okay, thank you. And I guess for final question would be like, if there was someone out there who's listening who's probably going through the same situation you're going through, what would be the message for that person?
I guess just for parting words, I keep on saying the things about the power of choice. For those people out there who are experiencing some difficulties in their life, always remember that no matter what your situation is, no matter what life brings you, you all have that special power that God gave you, that power of choice. The meaning of our life does not depend and rely on any external forces.
Yep.
Like we define our life's meaning on our own capability. Having said that, I would like to add as well one of my philosophy in life, which I heard from Viktor Frankl, who is an Austrian philosopher. He said that man should stop asking himself what the meaning of his life is, but rather realize that it is he who is being asked. Meaning, we all have a purpose. Don't ask yourself, what is the meaning of my life? Ask yourself, what meaning can I give to my life? The reason why we fail to get to achieve our purpose is because we keep on throwing ourselves, we keep on asking ourselves the wrong question. Like if you keep on asking yourself what the meaning of your life is, then you won't be able to realize that, because your life is nothing unless you put your life into it. So it all depends on you. Again, it's a matter of choice. You can choose to cry, you can choose to lie, to live or die. It all depends on you. No matter what your situation is, it's all up to you. It's all a matter of choice.
Can you recommend the book by Victor, please? I know you read or you had an audiobook of it.
Yes.
So what's the title of this
I'm
book?
living with.
While as an experience in the concentration camp, what was the title again? If you still remember.
The book of
Of
Viktor
that
Frankl?
philosopher that you said.
Yeah, logotherapy book.
No, as the man think it, and so is he.
Yes, so is he.
Okay.
As the man thinks, or as the man think it, and so is he.
Probably
Yeah.
If I may, I know
Yes.
it's a very inspiring story that you have shared with us, and we're very fortunate to hear that. And I think even our listeners are very fortunate to hear it from you, Eric. Um, Now, probably the last question that I would say, just for everyone. I mean, yeah, it's possible that someone is experiencing it as well. Would you rather relive your life differently if you have a choice, or what do you reckon?
I would live it the same way. Like I've got the courage to say that if I've if I'll be given the another life, I would still live it the same way because whatever I've been through, it makes me who I am now. I can't imagine my life in a different way. Like I have learned a lot from this, and I know I'm still continue to learn about on I'm still continue to learn on it, and like this is my journey. Like um, I think that the only thing that I can think of is like always try to make sure that I will have a better future still.
Just
Good.
always have that hope there. Thank
Very
you.
inspiring.
Very inspiring. Thank you, Eric. Thank you for imparting.
Thank you for the invitation. This is the second time that I was invited on this one, and I couldn't
The-
couldn't decline
join
it
the
for the
last
second
time.
time around.
Okay.
Just
Well-
what Bro Joseph said, you're always part of us, so you may even self-invite yourself,
Yes.
or you just can come in anytime.
Of course.
Very
You should-
welcome.
actually, you should really be part of our group. But who knows in the future? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess there were so many things that we've learned from our friend Eric. So much wisdom, and we wish you the best, Eric, for everything to come, and we're always behind you. And yeah, and I hope a lot of you out there were able to pick up something from our chat today. And if there's nothing else, thank you for joining the Migrant Tribe. See you next week. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.